Provide input.
Provide input. I can tell you that one quick vote of the legislature, the law is going to say speak.
Right.
Because the Sunshine Group has made their suggestions to the legislature, to the governor, and they actually put the word speak in there, so you can't slip through that hole anymore.
If it passes.
If it passes.
And there's a concern because a lot of special interest groups, including primarily our friends in economic development, who are often behind these changes, have asked for exemptions to Sunshine Law,
right.
exemptions to open meeting law, that kind of thing. And those are expected. They haven't filed them yet. They've had their sort of minions in the legislature file shell bills, and a lot of times at the last minute, all of a sudden, the stuff materializes and gets passed, and that's a concern.
Yeah, and we've kind of been told the First Amendment organization is going to keep an eye, and you know, and there's others of us, you know. I have certainly made my feelings known to my state representative, Greg Evers, that he better not participate in any of that kind of cloak and dagger stuff, that the Sunshine Law is very important. And I want to hope that the best comes out of this. We understand the exemption. If they're working with a client,
right.
The confidentiality, we've never once, me or anybody else, has never once asked for any of that information.
Right.
I know that Ms. Anderson recently in the Navarre press, you know, when challenged about that, well, the confidentiality is you know, we've got to protect and blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what, Ms. Anderson? Not one time has anybody asked for any information concerning any business you're working with. But I can tell you this, we certainly have asked for a lot of other things that you haven't fulfilled.
You're still waiting on some emails.
Well, absolutely. And I want to update our viewers on that also. This whole process started in 2003. I've asked for information. And you know, we've played game after game after game. I didn't know, I forgot, I overlooked, blah 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 blah.
It's not my job.
I have a tendency to believe, and let me say this, and I'm gonna look into the camera. It's not too often that I take credit for something, but ladies and gentlemen, if you hear Cindy Anderson or the chairman of Team Santa Rosa, Ed Gray, start telling you that they contacted the governor's office because they were concerned, well, they're not telling you the truth. After I got finished writing emails to half the world and finally got some attention to this matter, it was the governor's office and the state economic development organization that contacted them to tell them how it was going to be, period, end of story. We continue to play this little game, but I still have items on the table that haven't been answered. Okay? And I followed the guidelines given to me by the Office of Open Government. And those guidelines were, because ladies and gentlemen, you need to remember that if someone asks for a public record and you don't give it if that public record is not brought forward, if you're not allowed to inspect it in a reasonable period of time, and there's a little float on that, it's not 3 days, it's not 10 days, but there is a little float there. But if you refuse to fulfill this, it is now criminal activity. It's potentially a misdemeanor, could be a felony. So the Office of Open Government said, well, Jerry, you need to send this whole thing to the state's attorney's office, okay, because he has the authority to take action on criminal activities. And also the elected sheriff of Santa Rosa County also is in charge of and has put his hand on the Bible saying that he will work on criminal activities. Now, granted, this is not a murder case, but it's still criminal activity that greatly affects the majority of the citizens in Santa Rosa County, far more than a single hit and run over here might. Okay, it affects us all.
Well, it's keeping property that belongs to citizens inaccessible to citizens.
Right, and so I sent an email directly to Mr. Bill Edens, our state attorney, and I sent an email to our sheriff. That was on February the 12th.
You keep very careful records.
I am a very patient person, as you well know, and I do keep very good records.
Yes.
So on February the 12th, I sent that email and I said, hey, this is who I am. This is where I'm at. It is my belief that there is potentially criminal activity going on here, and I would appreciate at least one of you investigate this. And, you know, I think 32 days is enough time to wait there.
No luck yet.
No luck.
No
So I just don't have any other choice. I am determined. I am determined on this. I took that email string and the fact that I had notified the state's attorney's office and the sheriff of potential criminal activity in Santa Rosa County, and I sent that entire email string to the governor, to the lieutenant governor, to the Office of Open Government, to the First Amendment Foundation. And I am following what I was directed to do. The Office of Open Government said, you need to go this way. If there's still a roadblock there, please contact us.
Yes. So
I have please contacted you now. I don't know what the problem is at the state's attorney's office. I will tell you this, that anyone who wants to step up to the plate and run for a state's attorney in District 1, you can contact me. I'll be happy to work for you about 12 to 14 hours a day to make sure that you get elected. I'm going to say this again, Deborah. I don't want to sound ugly when I say this, but they work for me.
Yes.
I pay their salary.
Theoretically.
Me and everybody else in this county pays the salary for Mr. Bill Edens and everybody that works down there. And sir, I'm going to tell you that I am sick and tired of being ignored. Okay? I am sick and tired of being ignored. Step up to the plate and tell me to leave you alone. Tell me you're not going to do anything. Tell me you are going to do something. Or tell me to drop dead. I think it's ridiculous. They work for me. The very least that they can do is tell me to go away.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. I mean, all you want are these emails, and I think the guidance was clear from the governor's office.
I think
they also work for.
I think it's very clear. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, I have followed the guidelines that have been set forth to me. So I don't want to hear any howling and gnashing of teeth when the governor gets involved with it. I've asked and I've asked and I've asked. Sunshine is important to every one of us in Santa Rosa County. It is important to everyone in this state. And I'm going to do my best, and Deborah has certainly been right here with me to make sure that sunshine, that everything is in the sunshine.
And you've accomplished a lot. You've made them open their meetings. You've made them provide
a great deal of
records, yeah.
But not everything.
But not everything. There's still a problem.
Right. So
it's a small problem, but it's there.
It's a small problem. It still needs to be addressed. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the show. Come back every Saturday and watch us. By the way, hey, send something to the email address on the screen. If you have a story, you have a thought, you have a letter you want us to read, go for it. My name's Jerry Cooey.
I'm Deborah Nelson. Good night.